Hi, everybody. Welcome to Stampers Club. I'm Karen Tralfa, and today I have a Spotlight on Nature card for you that met up with country. Let me show you what we're making. Switch my cameras around here. Okay, so what we're going to be using is the Spotlight on Nature stamp set, and it comes in a bundle with a set of dies. Now, this is a little unusual because the dies aren't meant to cut out the images. They're accent pieces, and that comes with not one, but two sets here. And there are a whole bunch of layering circles, and there's three different styles. There's one with a little bit of a fleur-de-lis, one with the dots and dashes, and one with like a radiating stitching going along there. And they kind of alternate. So there's a little bit of a variety of everything here. And they all nest, and they're meant to mix and match between the two of them so you can get different sizes of the same shape, okay? So let me show you how to create this card. I started out with a piece of 5.5 by 8.5 Misty Moonlight cardstock that I've scored at 4 1/4. And fold that in half and get a nice crisp edge with your bone folder, okay? Then the next layer is a piece of basic beige cardstock. Now this is a new color. It's really yummy. I mean, it's a pretty standard, a pretty basic color, right? It's a great complementary to our neutrals. And then this is where the country comes in. I've gotten a couple pieces of, this is the Country Lace Designer Series paper, and this is the Country Woods Designer Series paper. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of like lay these down here so I get a gist of where we're going to go with our sizing here. That looks good. I'm going to start with the middle one. Love this flip side of this paper too. Isn't that just beautiful? I don't know if I did a card with that. I hope you go check out that card too. It was the one on the greetings. So definitely go through my playlist and find some other cards that are similar if you like this style. I also featured this card on my website at stampersclub.com. So there's a little bit of a tutorial with the measurements of all of my cardstock here. So you can actually recreate your own cardstock there. And that, again, that's stampersclub.com. You can pop over there. Feel free to join my newsletter too, my email list, and get my newsletters too, because I always share extra tips in there, along with any events that I have going on. I have bingo coming up this weekend. That's always fun, stamping bingo, right? And I do weekend retreats also, so those are always lots of fun. Been doing those for about, I don't know, 15 years now, maybe. Oh, I have fuzzies stuck here. So this I'm just going to put right in the middle. Looking good already, right? Absolutely, absolutely. This card was actually created for one of my Take It Up Tuesday blog posts. I do a series of blog posts for, oh geez, I'm missing a piece. Sorry. I do a series of blog posts that have Simple Monday, Making It Monday. Sorry, guys. Making It Monday and Take It Up Tuesday. And this is my Take It Up Tuesday card. So it's a little bit stepped up. So you'll have to check out the simplified version too, one that you can make in just a few minutes. I got frazzled because I didn't have this piece over here. I had cut it already and I forgot to bring it over here. So this is one of the shapes, and this is the one I'm using with just the dots and dashes. So again, this is just the size that I picked. I'm going to grab my Misty Moonlight ink pad. Okay. And one of the little images out of the Spotlight on Nature, just this little dots here, little accent things. And I'm just going to kind of randomly put this on here. No rhyme or reason. Oh, let's go this way. There we go. I just want some background noise going on this, just to break up that basic white that's really kind of bold. Okay, and this one, I'm going to go ahead and add some dimensionals. Girls Diamonds, you've heard me say it a million times, ladies, gentlemen. I love dimensionals. They are the biggest bang for your buck wow you could ever do on a card. I'm just going to put that right in the middle. Okay. Then I'm going to get a scrap piece of paper, basic white, and my image with the flowers. And I'm going to stamp this in Misty Moonlight also. Misty Moonlight happens to be one of the colors that is in the designer series paper. So that's, I always kind of partner up my inks and papers with what Stampin' Up's already got selected for me, because that's always nice and easy. So I'm just going to kind of put this right there. Oh, I'm a little off there. That's okay. It's all good. And I'm going to grab some Stampin' Blends. Now, I know you've heard me say a million times that normally you use Memento ink when you're using Stampin' Blends, but I just want to highlight this, and I didn't want black. I wanted this nice Misty Moonlight. So if you let the classic ink dry for just a minute here, and then when you come in with your blends, and I'm only going to highlight the flowers. So I'm just going to add in a little bit of the light. This is Petal Pink, by the way. No. Yes, Petal Pink. Sometimes I do too many colors and I don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to do this by having that ink a little bit dry before you start coloring on it. And I'm not really blending. I'm just using this marker because the ink just flows really nice. It's bleeding a little bit with the blue, but that's okay. That's kind of what I want. And then I'm going to grab the dark one. And I'm going to do just a little bit here at the bottom, just to add a little more, I don't know, detail, I guess I want to call it, to my flowers. And I'm not coloring the whole thing. So I want to keep it where there's like a high and a low. And the pink doesn't really show up very well on camera, but you get the gist. So it's got a little bit here. All right. And then since we don't have die cuts for these images, I'm just going to use my scissors, right? And I want to show you a little trick when you're cutting with scissors, is when you're cutting, if you move the paper to the scissors and keep your paper in as far as you can, and then when you're going around things, you end up being able to control that border very nicely. You know, and I'm moving the paper to the scissors, not the scissors to the paper. And I'm resting my elbow on the table so I have a nice steady control over it. And we're just going to kind of continue to go around. Okay, you get the idea. You don't need to watch me cut. I've already pre-cut one out for you. All right, and this I'm going to put up on dimensionals. And if you notice I did not cut out this center here, it's not necessary. We're going to hide it anyway. So I'm going to put a dimensional on, let's see, that flower. We'll get one in the middle. And we'll get one on this other flower here. Peel those off. Diamonds, girls, diamonds. They're just like diamonds. Ooh. And I'm going to put this right about here. That looks good. And then a little bit of that noise kind of comes through around it. Yeah, you can see it there. So some of these extra stamps, the little dots, they just kind of like background it a little bit. I guess I could have moved it over a little there, but that's okay. Now I'm going to grab a little strip of basic white and my ink again and the greeting. Now I've trimmed this greeting because it was manufactured a little bit offset. So I've trimmed it where I can see the top and the bottom of my letters. And I mount it on the angle because when I do this, it distracts me. So if I do this, I get a little bit undistracted on the stamping part of it. There we go. And I can stay more centered. Let me close this before I literally wear it like I normally do. I probably have it on me anyway. And then I just kind of clipped my ends here. Nothing fancy. I like to keep it a little bit simple sometimes. And then this I'm going to put on a dimensional here too. Oh, I forgot a step. Some little bit of ribbon. This is some boho blue, part of the In Color jute. And I'm just going to make a bow here. Just going to use my little bunny ear trick here. It's curling because it's down towards the end. But that's what I want, is a little bit of a curl. Oh, I want a bigger ribbon than that. Let's get this going. And then tie the two loops together. There we go. Got a nice little bow here. I'm going to hold it in the middle and tighten that loop down a little bit. And the same with that other side. Tighten that loop down. It's starting to curl a little bit. I don't want it to curl, but I do want a fairly large bow here. Okay, I'll cut that off. And a glue dot. Okay, just giving this a little bit of texture over here. And I'm going to kind of just put that right under here. I know it looks weird, but just you'll see why. Tighten up those little ends a little bit again. Now let's get my dimensionals. So I'm going to do a single dimensional on one side, and I'm going to double stack my dimensional on this side. And I'm double stacking it because I'm going to end up off of my flower here, back down on that next layer. Just going to kind of right there. Oh, I think I'm crooked. I am crooked. I know I am. I can see it. And back there. And then I'm going to trim this tail. I don't like how that's curling up too much like that. And that one too. And I just wanted to give that little bit of a background back in there. And there you have it, my friends. One spotlight on nature with a little bit, that's a little bit country. I hope that you've enjoyed this today. Absolutely subscribe to my channel if you want to continue to get notifications on when I have new videos that come out. I do a few a week, so you'll see different ones coming in and out all the time. Check my playlist out. You're going to love some of the other videos. Comments, I love comments. So if you liked this card and like to see more like it, or if you have a suggestion that you'd like to have me show you how to do a technique or something like that, go ahead and leave a comment. I'd be happy to do that for you. And you guys all have a great Stamp Happy day. Bye now.